Let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's wake up, wake up. Get up. This is a wonderful day, and I want fun with my wife. This is the first of the month, and I'll be smoking, joking, rolling bells, and sipping on 40 ounces again. Come, we got to the front row. Stay working all night, we ride. They like to wear 99. I get with my partner, they give us some yes, so double up, that's what you need. We got to get P.O.D. thing for the ring, leave it up for the first show, but it ain't no me, cause the poor people, they roll so low. Break if you can't get away, but it just like yo, keep your bank low. We're having a celebration, let us stay high. You can never believe when it's time to grind. I'm down for mine, crime after crime. Finna creep to the bag, cause mom's got a grub on the grill. If we got to go, you know it's the first of the one that might choose. We thugs for real. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's wake up, wake up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up, and I seen that my sister was already dead. She said I'ma run and go get my stance. Watch I make sure no one snatches my check. And that's the real man. Sold to the mail and put it up in my pocket. So let me hit it at 99 to give me a duck, a phone tag, pockets. But ain't no fucking project. Read up, hop on the 10 to the crib. Ready to get him up with him in thugs. And to catch that gun, man, I gotta get there. Player, holler, holler. Say they got much to offer when I'm up peeps on 93. I'll open the clock like for some dollars. So get it back again, I want a quarter off. Oh, one of my thugs just got the sign. And we gonna run it all up the smoke. Toss it over the cheese, the hydro. We know what the cuts, so the rest of the popo. Toss it together, then roll with the corner, same old. Running through the alley, get in the alley. Up at the second of sundown, no front from January, no 9th of December. I'm loving the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up, let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up. It's the first of the month, gotta grind, gotta get mine. In the hood that I claim and I swing on the double nine. Gotta find them girls, gonna get work and a tug get love. What's up? Coming through my corner, baby, be a donor. St. Clair thugs don't like that. And selling them numbers, making that money come back. All of it is so crack. From the 1st to the 15th, thugging no blue cheese. But I gotta stay, gotta come up, put it all in the club. Wanna get blowed in the corner stove, grab it from below, style a roll to the bag. Got on my pocket and add to the stash. Gotta watch my back, see you later, hey, be out to rob me. Fools, but never no shows and no losses. Don't be keeping these brothers up off me. See, gonna save a whole block, spend a couple bills, thug, burn a lot of green on the first. Wake up, wake up, let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up, let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up.
Waking up, feeling buzz up early in the morning. Stretching the ground and lightweight bitch. Chugga like I take a fist to the dawn. It's like I got geek with my children. Dance this first song, getting me hustle long. Hop on the phone, calling them crazy phone. Wanna know, did your OG check come?
She put me down.
I'm on the bus with busy.
You know let's get drunk.
And I'm coming with a bunch of that funk from up. Here I come, T, put me down. Oh God, how I love when it first come around. Now we freaking me black and mine. Only through time to see the first get celebrated. Rushing to the block cause I wanna get faded. Looking on wild cause I'm needing me hair braided. We heavy off into this game. Two to the first, just call me that pro slang. Them records from the east to the west coast. Making that money all across the world, man. Go on, say clear true. And I know they're working late tonight, but they gotta make it look, so I asked the Lord to keep my homeboys high. When we coming over here, it's all about making more. Wanna first get a flip, but don't flip. Getting live with the bumpers, poetic hustlers in the graveyard shift on the first.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, let's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
All right. Although it is not the first of the month, it is technically the second. It is just Jorruly, and nothing brings me back out from not having streamed in over a year than to bask in the glorious train wreck that was Jordan comedy. Heavens to Betsy. What a saga. Thank you guys for coming. Spencer Severa, hey. Crime Watch Baby, hello. Ill Rear. and Davis Swan. Thank you guys for coming. I know I'm probably streaming when somebody else is, so my fault to that person. Sorry to that man or woman. But I haven't streamed in ages, so I wanted to hop back on for July. So today is gonna be a little bit of a stream section in that, or a content section in that. I will be streaming Jordan's conversation with Mac and Cheese, but it is the version that Adult Girl and Matthew Mahogany read. So I'll get through as much of it as I can tonight. It's like 4 hours. Just an aside, I listened to this just on a whim. So so that's what's going down. So you're gonna hear my commentary as well as Matthew Mahogany's and Adult Girls. Is my sound okay? Like, I haven't streamed in a long time, so it might sound bootleg, but is the sound all right? And hello, Duchess. Thank you for coming. Let me see.
Hey everyone, this is Adult Girl here. We are going to be talking about Jordan's chat log.
So here's the first screenshot of the conversation, the chat log. And this can be found, of course, again, in the Jordan's tiny pee-pee dump, which is...
Also, first off, I walked in, I remember this as clear as day. It was late at night. Really, I'm not in my dishwasher. The AC is on because I'm sweaty. Well, I will never forget where I was on this fateful day of seeing the tiny pee-pee dump come out. And like I don't think there was a trigger warning, honestly. Like, I don't think there was a trigger warning. But the things that I saw, the necrotic tissues that were shown, it was a lot for your girl. They have been burned into my eyelids when I close them sometimes.
That'll be in the description of the video. Anyway, right off the bat, the catfish sends an extremely sexually suggestive photograph. This should have been an immediate red flag for anyone, especially if he was already dealing with trolls.
Right.
Unfortunately for our dear Joran, his barbarian hormones seem to have taken over and all rational thought vanquished along with them.
And in so following the wonderful layout Jordan has given us in the story of Jordan, he also readily believes that he is so charming that the ladies are inexplicably attracted to him.
I'm also curious about the angry devil face.
Isn't there a smiley devil face?
Well, yeah, there's a smiley devil face, and I feel like you would probably lean towards that one.
It was because of his peasant fingers.
One of the funniest lines here when I was initially reading this is, "And your laugh is so cute."
Hold on.
This whole conversation, it really makes me question if Jordan has some sort of learning disability, because it's so over the top.
A thing I would like to know about Jordan too during this chat log, like, I noticed this particularly when I'm talking to people online, how they write. Do they write using full grammar, full spelling, or are they the kind that abbreviates quickly, uses internet slang, if that's something consistent? Jordan starts off with correct spelling, punctuation, grammar, spacing, all that, and quickly degenerates into how the catfish is speaking to him. So it's like he's trying to copy or reflect. There's a word for it. It's like where you're trying to show that you're sympathizing with them and you're mirroring them.
to make them more comfortable with you.
Yeah, I see his initial message is very well, it's well written and formatted. It's properly written, at least. It does have the LOL in all caps at the end. It takes him one photo of a vagina, and it's all lowercase. I think he's already typing with his left hand at this point. So.
Oh, that is a great point.
Okay, so immediately after she sends the photograph, he wants her to write his name on her body. I believe the placement of his name, I believe, is more related to, she's already sent him a photograph of her vagina, so now he can ask her anything.
All boundaries are gone.
Boundaries are gone.
All niceties.
Yes, all pleasantries. He says, nice, sexy pic, and then he's immediately demanding things. As it turns out,
which, by the by, like, if somebody gives you something, like gives you a picture, why would your immediate thing be to demand something from them? Like, you already got something that you didn't ask. Like, I just don't understand his motivation, but we've all know he's a little bit weird.
Apparently he sent this photograph to one of his quote-unquote friends. I don't know that anybody was really friends.
He sent a picture of the catfish to his...
Yes.
So he could brag about it?
Yes, exactly. That came out in the interview.
Have you ever shared pictures of community members that were sent to you with anyone?
No. That, yeah, absolutely, because anonymity has been so important to me.
Sure. Did you share pictures of the catfish with other people before you found out she was a catfish?
Yes.
So at that time, you thought that you were sharing private pictures of a community member because you didn't realize she was a catfish at that point, right?
Correct.
Oh my fucking god, I'd somehow like overlooked that, or I don't remember that. I'll have to like listen to some of that stuff again. I mean, I feel like I've listened to it 5 times already, but there's so much there that my little monkey brain cannot comprehend all at once. I have to say though, I find it hilarious that the catfish immediately responds to that belly message request with a, will you send me a message with my name on your dick? That's a great little clap back.
So, hello. So I'm doing a bit of a contentception. I really like the way that Adult Girl and Matthew Mahogany like really broke down this chat. So I wanted to do this, on the second day of Jorruly, and so that's what we're listening to. And I'll get through as much as I possibly can to where they're actually like reenacting the chat log, because it's utterly ridiculous.
There was another thing that I wanted to add to the previous thought. What were we talking about? Jordan's lack of boundaries. Oh, sending the photograph of this girl to someone else. Yeah, if some other notable person in the community or content creator had sent him a lewd photograph, I don't think that he would have shared it. But because this girl doesn't have a channel, she's just, in his mind, quote unquote, a groupie, as he says in the call with Wes. It's like, who cares? I can just, show this person off to anybody. This private image.
That is so disgusting.
It's really, really gross.
And very trash. And this is how you know, like, you just can't give nice things to just any old body, because the fact that he went and showed the picture to someone else just shows you how unused to attention he is. And like I said, you can't give him nice things, because that's how he acts. Just ridiculous. Let me see what that was. Thank you, whomever. Hello, thank you for subscribing, Clay. Yeah, like this is why you can't give folks everybody every Tom, Dick, and Harry nice things. Because how do you go around and send somebody's nude to some complete stranger? Just trash.
In the next part of the chat here, will you take a picture of your dick with my name on it? And then he says, LOL, you first. You will get it when I'm comfortable.
You'll get it. You'll get it when I'm comfortable.
And then, this is great. The catfish immediately responds back with you think I'm a fast mover. So it's already showing like how much they know how quickly he sexualizes any female advancement.
I don't mean to interrupt you,
it's okay.
but this catfish did an incredible job. They had his number from the jump.
And they didn't have to say too much either. They're very concise.
They knew exactly what to do and what strings to pull to get what they wanted from this person.
Sorry again, but was it Wes that said like Jordan was like it was like one day away from sending a booty hole pic? Like I believe it was Wes that said he would like one more day and alongside of his necrotic man bits we would have seen whole. And I don't know if my eyes would have been able to recover such a sight if that was actually in fact in a tiny pee-pee dump.
If that was a thought in his head that she's a troll, then why does he flirt with her? He just can't help himself.
He literally cannot help himself. That is his barbarian hormones in play.
I think that Jordan is actually a sex addict who has no outlet.
He's a sexless sex addict. You know, and something that I was going to bring up later, but I might as well throw it in now. I don't know that Jordan would be able to perform, create, and or maintain an erection without some sort of genie shit involved in the sexual liaison. What do you think? Do you think that he could do the deed without the girl dressed as a genie at this point? Because
he's a biological male. Of course he would.
Fair enough.
And knowing now what you have educated me about the very end of this particular screenshot, how do I know you won't share the pic?
Yeah, right.
First off, the unmitigated gall for him to be worried about his picture's security when he literally just sent the catfish's nude to somebody else. Like, didn't blur nothing out, just straight the whole picture. And that's probably why projection, because he knew he showed her picture. So why wouldn't he would be afraid that his picture would get shared? Trash. How doing, Dave?
Yeah, well, I have a feeling that they already knew that the photo had been shared at that point.
Who was it shared with? Was it somebody else in the community? It must have, yeah.
Many Syllables asks about it in the interview with Jordan. They don't say any names, I think for the obvious reasons.
It starts with, how do I know you won't share the pic? You think I'm a troll.
Yes, you already sent me the pic. I think you're hot, but I just met you, and I already have attracted trolls. Where do you live?
It's the only thing Jordan attracts.
It's
Trolls.
the only thing he would attract. Trolls and people who, before he showed his true colors, people who felt pity for him. He mentions having been dropped on his head as a child, and even the Jordan the Barbarian thing has a mention. That's his Mary Sue.
He has said it outside of the story of Jordan?
It was in the comedy roast.
I have a fucking dent in my head. Yeah, right there. See? Right here. This is the part that hit the ground when Mama dropped me as a baby. And now you know the rest of the story.
Oh, how we know the rest of the story.
Stupid. Mother dropped him on his head when he was a tot.
I like how in the next screenshot here, he has to tell us how he went to Queens and Manhattan 2 years ago, even though it's not really relevant or so. I mean, it is.
Well, it's relevant in so much as it is a way for him to mention that he has a comedy troupe, so that he can seem like he is more of a, because
I see.
he visited to with his comedy troupe, which if you have watched, which I know you have, but to the viewers, if you have watched the Joran Aftermath video, you can see that this is one example of Joran using other people's accomplishments and things that they have worked with him on to attract woman.
All this time, I thought that I was the risk. This whole time, I thought you working with me was going to be damaging for your career. I worked every day to do right by you. And you piece of shit.
Also, another detail to pick up on is that the catfish's language has changed. Things are capitalized properly. The sentences are a little more formal. Some of them are a little bit of a short sentence and not a full sentence. Jordan is still speaking in all undercase and not mirroring it back quite yet. If he does later on, I'm not sure. We'll see.
All right, so we're on comedy troupe performing in Queens, and he loved it. I want to talk about the Hot Pocket euphemism that's being thrown around here.
Did the
catfish initiated.
I was about to say
that.
decoy.
Yeah, when I was taking notes, I almost wrote decoy a few times. I mean, it's
kind of the same principle. This was a Joran sting.
Yeah, this was a
Joran sting.
Exactly what this was. It was a Joran sting. Good old PJ style, baby.
And follows it up in the next screenshot with, yet again, more Genie and Master role-playing talk without explaining his fetishism for Genie.
And so y'all already probably know. And hello, Uncle Death. I don't know, like if I've ever seen your name before, but it's a cool name, Uncle Death. So at this point, because a lot of this stuff is running concurrently, Joran is talking to Mac and Cheese. Wes, he's in a competition for tagging women with Wes. He's talking to Kelp Pill, and then he is also I think he and I are talking at the same time. So like he has all these chats going on at the same time. He spread pretty thin, and it's just to comparing notes and like how he was a different person with like Wes, Mac and Cheese, me, and I don't know if Kill Pill's chat logs are like canon. I don't know, but with Kelp Pill presumably as well. So yes, and hello Cornville Three-Way.
That's actually the first time he specifically mentioned something Genie related in this conversation.
Well, the other one could be interpreted.
It could be interpreted,
but it could go
still,
in any way
exactly,
at this point.
This is the first mention of Genie mythos being interjected.
And then at the very bottom of this screenshot, one of your wishes better be that you get covered in lady semen.
I mean, I like their style.
It shows dominance.
Well, you know what else? It's funny that it later turns out that they have a penis, but they are trans apparently. It gives new meaning to lady semen. But he knows what she means. He's like, oh, so you're a squirter. And okay, here's where he says, I've had 2 girlfriends who were squirters before. I love to get woman off.
That's for me. squirting. And that's not pee, that's squirt.
They were just.
Oh, I love to get a woman off.
How much money you want to bet that those women were just peeing on themselves to make themselves more repulsive to them?
It was like that. It was the anti-rape measure where you start urinating and defecating to fight off your rapist.
How much money you want to bet it was that?
So he's had 2 girlfriends who were squirters before. I love to get a woman off. I love to get off. Hold on. I love to get off. Nothing gets me off faster than sucking and slurping down a big juicy dick.
First off, why was this conversation not like a dead giveaway? Who talks like that? Slurping down. I have never in all my years said any of those words in that sentence in any order. In any order. Those words have never been in a sentence for me. That should have been clue number 1 that this was a troll. Bless Jordan's heart.
They're so crass. And he still doesn't. It's either desperation or stupidity. We are officially only an hour into this conversation at this point.
You could speak to somebody for several weeks to get to this point of comfort.
I would think so,
months,
you know.
In an online thing.
Especially if you are, as Jordan had put it in his phone call with Wes, a public figure. You would think you'd be a bit more chill or discreet and maybe a bit more cautious when someone is approaching you like this. You read my mind. Are you kinky?
What do you classify as kinky?
Submissive chicks who really like to please.
Well, I'm def not a dom.
I want to be your toilet, she follows up a minute later, after a pissed on, and he sidesteps the toilet talk. Love to spank, pull hair. You could be my little slave girl. Grab a fistful of hair, baby. Give it to me rough. What else you into?
Oh, Kennedy, with her, I don't even want to do it. Why did she do that in the mic? Why did she slurp like that in the mic, Kennedy? Why did you do that? Is it because she's small and southern? Is she she's minuscule? She's as thin as a soda cracker? Why did she do that in the mic?
That's not like any conversation I've ever had with another human being before.
Exactly.
I want to bring up this idea that before he introduces the genie, so he's already getting this setup here where he's going to be the one in control and she's going to comply with any of his requests.
Sorry, I have to do it. West's personal business is West's personal business. All I know is that he is a strong African American man. Other than that, I can't tell you nothing more. Wes's business is his personal business.
Yes. If you've read the story of Jordan, or better yet, if you've actually watched the video on Alpha Male's channel here, titled Jordan the Barbarian, he lists the genie as being a powerful magical being that is the easiest to control. That's how little he thinks of women that are going to be sexually involved with him, that they are going to be easy for him to control because he is intimidated by a woman being stronger than him.
Well, which is a pretty common thing with the predators.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In general.
He's definitely. This is an archetype of a predator.
Well, you know what else? Funny that you should say that, because in the next line here, I honest to God don't know if this is a TCAP reference that I'm not familiar with from a chat log, or if this is his own words, but when they ask, what else are you into? Fucking ass doggy. That sounds like it came directly out of a perverted justice chat log.
Why is this conversation going like that? Why is this conversation going like that? What else are you into? There wasn't even a complete sentence.
Well, he's also typing with one hand, like you have surmised already.
It's an hour in before he bothers asking how old the person he's having this really explicit conversation with. I like this line too. I'm 48, still worked up. And the way that it reads, I know that he's just asking if she's still, going. But it sounds, the way that it reads in the same sentence, and maybe this was even came out subconsciously, but it sounds like he's saying, despite our 20-year age gap, are you still interested in the Jorruly comedy?
I agree.
You know it. You're pretty tame for me. I might be too wild for you. They're calling him out. And he falls for it hook, line, and sinker. It takes about a minute, but he immediately tries to regain control of the conversation, and in doing so, all remaining doubt he had about this being a real person or potentially a troll is out the window, because he follows up with maybe a minute later, or maybe I'll have you calling me master with a capital M. Who knows?
He hasn't bothered to capitalize anything probably in the last hour or so of him fapping.
I bet you'd love to be controlled by me.
I'm gonna keep it just all the way real. I don't think any woman has ever been in some sort of genie relationship. Contrary to what Jordan says, I actually really just can't see some woman degrading herself or lowering her standards or just lowering her self-worth so much so as to call Jordan any sort of honorific or participate in any sort of shenanigans or tomfoolery that involves, mythical creatures. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
You know what? He might have stopped jerking off for a moment because he decided he needed both hands to get this situation back under control. Alright, everybody, and we're back with the mac and cheese Jordan comedy chat log. I'm some beta cuck that the Jorah bought, kidnapped from the local grocery store, forced me to talk about his online antics. I'm joined here today with adult girl.
Hey everyone, it's great to be here, despite the circumstances of our imprisonment.
We finally made it to part 3 of the video series. We still have quite a ways to go, and quite a few more surprises, twists and turns and swerves and whatnot in the conversation with the catfish here.
What was accomplished during this chat log was in record time. I've never seen a catfish work so quickly and so successfully on their mark before.
Yeah, I believe it goes.
Okay, random. I thought that just popped into my head. You know how easy it was for the catfish to just outjoin whatever. It was 24 hours, something crazy, 24, 48 hours, something utterly ridiculous. Do you think that Jordan would ever fall prey to a romance scam? When they're they're saying they're on their way to him, they just need $1,500 in Google Play cards. Like, I don't know. I don't see that being out of the realm of possibility. But he also don't have no money. So I don't know how far that romance scam will go. But I do, like, if this was this easy to get to catfish him, like, I don't know. I don't think it would be that hard to romance scam him. Would they get any money? I don't know. But I don't think it would be hard to romance scam him.
For the course of like was it just 2 days? I have a decent timeline that Wes was so gracious to share with us. He also shared his side of the conversation that runs concurrent with the one Jordan's having with the catfish here, and we're definitely going to do a series on it. I think it might be, I don't want to say that it's funnier than the one with mac and cheese, because this is a work of art all on its own, but you really get to see an interesting and different side of Joran that is existing simultaneously between these two conversations.
Well, with a subject like Joran, a lot of what he says sounds like it should be satirical. It sounds like a joke that somebody would actually be making, and a lot of the ideas that he purports or he totes along as being completely.
Okay, so that is true, Ilrig, because he was not offering flight money or whatever. He was not. And then in like his chat with Wes, he said some Lebanese girl that lived in Vegas and like he was too broke to go. But he doesn't say that he offered for any flights for her to come. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it would be, I don't know. Like, part of me, well, yeah, like Nuggie said, like once upon a time he might have been able to be at least caught with the intention of being romance scammed. But like y'all are saying, like, he's definitely not offering any money for a flight there, and plus he doesn't want to see them in person. Like when the meeting does come, I mean, well then a romance scam would be perfect for him, because he's never going to see them, they're never going to see him. I think the romance scam would actually be perfect, honestly, if we're going to keep it a buck, because they would never see each other, and that's just how he likes it.
Normal are ideas that you would find in like a 90s college movie featuring like douche bro fraternity.
What girls are you chasing? He asked Wes that in the chat log with him. Where did we leave off in the last video?
We left off like just before they were going to say goodnight.
Yeah, that's a great part.
They are still hot and heavy with the sexting here. I'd love to be controlled by you, master.
Okay, yeah, I found it. Here we go. This is they're right smack in the middle of sex talk. He had delivered up a line. I'd have you kneel before me, head bowed, begging to serve.
But Mac and Cheese had already said it'll have to be some other time. I have to get up early tomorrow.
And this is a particularly excellent part of the chat log, because then he says he retorts with, "Good timing, LOL. I'm getting sleepy," as though he would not have spent the rest of his night masturbating behind his computer screen if Mac and Cheese hadn't,
Yeah, because he can't have her calling the shots or making any decisions on her own. He has to make it seem like it was his idea all along.
He was going to bed anyway. Yeah, I mean, he's talking about begging to serve me, but he was actually about to follow that up with, "Oh yeah, I'm about to go to bed, Mac and Cheese, so please."
Well, at least Jordan knows it's never a good idea to be the last one at the party.
Yeah, that shows some form of social awareness. With Jordan, it's not so much what what few things he lacks in social awareness. It's what things he's even socially aware of.
Nuggies, I do think Stanley would be down for the cause. Stanley's into some things and some stuff, man. If he's into weird father son things, I don't think it would be nothing for him to put on a genie costume and to wear some harem pants and some gold flats that were gently used for Jordan.
Because I feel, well, actually I'm a bit torn, because he shows an ability, or albeit ham-fisted, but he shows the ability to manipulate. He knows how to twist things and sort of use shit to his advantage. I mean, that's really the cornerstone of him entering the TCAP community and using it to sexualize other members, just because people are quoting sexually inept pedophiles, which is a pretty bizarre concept for him to have on its own. I've jokingly said that it seemed...
I'm sorry. Yeah, like, okay, those shoes that Jordan bought from Poshmark, like, I mean, I already knew, you know, he wasn't wrapped too tight, or he's into some things that aren't, you know, mainstream. We all knew that. When we found out that Jordan had that Poshmark account and bought those flat shoes from that woman, first off, she had no right. She had absolutely no right to sell those, because those shoes were not even they weren't even gently used. Like, she ran the Boston Marathon in those shoes and then did 7 more 5Ks in those shoes. Like, the bottoms were worn out. Like, it was missing there was missing color on them. Like, those shoes were about to fall apart. They were about to disintegrate. And she had the unmitigated gall to put those on Poshmark for people to buy. And you know she didn't, and they were like flat shoes, and they were the kind that you don't wear with socks. So you know them joints stank. Like, you know they smelled horrendous. Like, you know they stunk. And Jordan bought them. And what's more, left a review. Like, can you wrap your mind around that? What did he do with those shoes? Where are they? Where, like, what? The things those shoes have probably seen. I just ruminate on that.
It's as though Jordan took those quotes to mean that everyone here is just hypersexual, and it's basically any given live stream is a full-blown orgy.
He thinks that this is a permissible framework in which to flirt with any woman in any way he sees fit, because everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. Well, he can try to attempt to say, well, look, everybody's using these quotes. It just so happens that the only ones that he's using are the extra sexually explicit ones directed at only the females. Next screenshot in the dump here, saying that he is going to go to bed. He then continues with, yes, I'd dress you up sexy and then throw you onto the bed. She replies with, is that okay with you, master?
I'm so sorry I keep pausing it, but like, I just don't see Jordan throwing anybody anywhere. Like, look at his little arms, and he's just soft in the middle. I don't know. Like, I mean, although I would hate to imagine Jordan in any context that involved coitus, I don't know. Like I just don't see him throwing anybody anywhere.
I'm assuming in regard to her going to bed. Yes, and more pics for me before you go.
What a greedy piece of trash.
My sexy little genie in a bottle. And boom.
What a demanding little fuck.
Right?
Exactly.
Him believing this to be an actual conversation, he's already gotten more than what he deserves, given that he has provided nothing in return during this entire exchange. But I guess it's just good enough that he produces dope-ass freestyle raps and he's just cashing it in.
Oh, he wants more. Apparently having a pussy pic right off the bat isn't enough.
Exactly. Like what? Like I mean, Mac and Cheese found a way to top the picture that she sent, but it's just like the fact that you like she started off with a nude, and you're still asking for more pictures. Like I don't understand. Like what do you like? What do you want? I hate people like that. You give them an inch and they take a mile. Just ridiculous. Like, and then gave the girl nothing. Yes, girl, give us nothing. Like, gave girl nothing, but was asking for more. Garbage.
Maybe he needs a literal asshole pic. I don't know.
That bitch is the only one that has ever seen my fucking asshole. Literally my fucking asshole.
That's how much I trust you. Okay, so...
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Yeah, what's up?
Not only is that request, like, really demanding, but it's not the right time. If you're about to sign off and go to bed, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, it's so inconsiderate.
It is. I shouldn't be speechless. I should have some sort of witty retort here, but it really is so inconsiderate that it's unfathomable that he would think that would fly. That she'd be like, oh yeah, you're right. I've been talking to you for an hour now. I've already, sent you a pussy pic. Let me take even more photographs for you, despite having just told you that I'm going to bed. And what was the reason for it? Did they say... Because they have to get up early tomorrow. They literally say that. Maybe some other time I have to get up early tomorrow. No, you gotta go take some fucking sex pictures for Jordan and get your genie shit out.
Despite the fact that you've already implied you have obligations for the very next day and you can't play you can't play kinky sex games all night long.
They play it really well though by saying, I'm gonna keep you wanting more, winky face. Good night. Says night, and then we start to see a little bit of the Joran. Actually, that's what I'm going to start calling it from now on because it sounds fancier.
You already pronounce his
Joran.
Joran.
And like this, thank goodness this is a troll. But like seriously, if I did tell somebody I was going to bed, and they asked me for something else after I clearly stated that I was going to bed, I would never talk to them ever again. Blocked. Reported as spam. Like, what did I just say? It makes me seethe with anger when people ignore what I said. But if I said I was going to bed and you asked for more pics, like, that would definitely... I wouldn't even say anything. Like, we just wouldn't ever talk ever again. Annoying.
Oh.
Zoran. So, and here we begin to see the role play speech.
2 words, role playing, chat room, dude.
Asterisk, spank, asterisk.
Is Don Juran.
Don Juran, yeah. Oh my god. Who made that comment? Because that was fucking hilarious. Who was? I gotta go look up because
okay.
we gotta
shout them out.
Yeah, we gotta give them a proper shout out.
I just want to say real quick, like a name for this person, like even just like a little pet name or a nickname to call him. It's just Mac and Cheese, right? He doesn't have
nothing.
Like she could have told him anything, like I'm not telling you my real name, but you can call me blank. I cannot fathom that he could get this worked up over somebody that he doesn't have a real name for, and he's just saying, "Oh, mac and cheese."
Oh yeah. Oh, mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. Oh yeah.
No, that is crazy that he never asked for like a nickname. He never even asked her what her name was. And not saying she had to give, her actual name. Yeah, but like they were saying, she could have given a nickname. He didn't even bother to ask. Like, that's crazy. That's extremely crazy. That's like upper echelon, just horned up. To not even ask nobody their name, but you're asking for more pictures? Garbage.
Anyway, where were we at? Okay,
Okay,
I mean,
where we're at.
all right. He says good night, night spanks.
Good afternoon, sexy lady.
Good evening, sexy lad. And you had when we first read through this together, you had a.
Oh yeah, I find it great that she calls him lad and not sexy man or sexy master. Lad, a boy, subpar.
But she informs him that she has taken a picture for him.
Which is a great tactic after you slightly insult somebody.
That was, yeah,
because he can't get mad and complain.
Exactly, because if he complains, he's not going to get the picture. So he's like, all right, I'm sure he's trying to think of some sort of way to regain control over this, but instead he just says, show me.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like you really want it.
Let me put it to you this way. Master commands you send it.
Is taking bitches a thing? Like,
and then how is that any incentive? Like, master command you send it, okay? Like that, she still got nothing. She's gotten nothing out of these interactions. She's gotten begged for pictures out of this whole interaction. Nothing. Trash.
You get girls to write your name on them.
If you're an alpha male, it is. Yeah, you tag them like a fucking concrete wall.
It sounds like one of those games where sororities and fraternities do these kind of weird bonding things where they challenge the girls to get autographs from the guys on different parts of their body, and each guy has a different colored marker or something like that.
I got my labia minora signed by Johnny.
Labia minora.
Okay.
It looks like JY unless I stretch it out. That might not go in.
No, I like that. Hold on, there was something else that I had about the okay, so as far as the tagging of females goes, I have seen people do fan signs, like that's definitely a thing, and I've seen people ask for proof of identity by being like, hey, write this on your hand.
Oh yeah, that's how
something.
I know it.
Yeah. I guess because it's already a sexual conversation, it's not completely weird that he asked for it on a body part, even though I still believe that it shows his complete lack.
Oh, ew. I know that he does have good guy syndrome. Why don't the girls like me? Why don't the women like me? Why don't I have breeds? Why? Like, I totally do think he has that. Like, it was evidence in how he was speaking about himself in, like, the apology calls. I'm a good person. I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm so nice to people. And why are these trolls? And also, I also would hazard a guess that all his failed meetups from, dating websites where he's, like, ghosting people, he flips it in his own mind. He flips it as to it being their fault that they didn't meet. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though he's the one who backed out of the meeting, I feel like in his own retelling of events to himself, he's saying that it's somehow the other person's fault that he hasn't met anyone online that's real.
of respect for this other human being who is a fan of his work and is willing to, you know,
debase herself and brand herself for him exclusively.
Joran. Don Joran.
Oh, you've already moved on. I didn't
Have
know
I?
you. Yeah, I was on that one.
Such a good girl. Do you enjoy obeying?
Ugh.
Yes, master. Alright, then we go to the next one here. You're awesome. Sorry the pic was so lame. LOL night. Okay, so this is where it skips, I believe.
Oh, that's because it goes down to process.
Okay, so Nuggy, just no, he did not want an ethnicity check because, like he did with Rotus 2 Tootsie, I guess, like, he already assumed I was black because my avatar on Discord was a black Bratz doll. And then, like, when he got my Twitter, he saw what I actually look like. Like my YouTube picture also wasn't myself, but I think it was like a black Bratz doll as well. And so, but he saw my Twitter, so he didn't do an ethnicity check, but I let it slip. This is unbeknownst to me, knowing that he like categorizes people like where they're from. And so I have Senegalese background, and if you listen, as Il Rig so generously volunteered himself as tribute to listen to the Kennedy and Jordan live stream, where he was saying that Cape Verdean people are Senegalese and European mixed people, but I didn't know this, didn't hear the stream, whatever. And so when I said I had Senegalese background, he was like, "Oh, that's why you look the way you do." And I was like, "Nah, it's just what the DNA said to do." That's why. But that was like, yeah, like I let it slip, but I didn't know that he was into like people's backgrounds like that at the time.
Yeah, so this is the point at which you go down to, in the mac and cheese subfolder of the Jordan Tiny PP dump. One of many things that I enjoy about this conversation that we've been reading here is that it starts off fucking crazy and then it gets balls to the wall insane. And I don't want to spoil anything for those who are seeing this for the first time, but Mac and Cheese says some things that it's like Winnie type shit.
I told Eric to sniff my phone, and he did. He said, "Oh, it smells like fish." I said, "I wonder why."
Your mom naked in a gorilla suit? I would love that.
I want to take your clothes off and shit all over them, and then fold them neatly in your drawer so you can put them on.
And, you know, like, that's low-key why I hate his chat log. I hate I mean, it was fun with both Clobber and Winnie's boyfriend / husband. It was fun, like they made me feel comfortable, but it's just like, because I was like walking right into stuff that I didn't know that he was like a big thing for him. Like I felt dumb actually afterwards, and I felt dumb for being so nice to him, and like, you know, like I just felt stupid. And so I don't necessarily like to look back at you know, my chat log with him, but I mean, like, I'll read it or whatever if people want me to read it. Like, you guys haven't made me feel bad about it, but just like to myself, like I feel dumb because I was like walking right into this stuff, and it just is weird. It makes me feel, yeah, like just stupid, or I guess naive.
Wow, I've been waiting for a long time. Pull out that Van Jeep bear wrestling Russian wiener.
I want to lick your mom's butt until all the hemorrhoids shrink back in.
Though, to be fair, now that I think of it, Jordan actually starts that whole conversation, because what I'm talking about, fuck it, I'll spoil it, whatever. We're gonna come up on it pretty soon anyway. Mac and Cheese says that she's masturbated to photographs of Lorne and wants to hate fuck him. And that made me laugh really hard. But Joran had engaged that by saying, do you find any predators attractive? And that's all we're going to say right now, because I have a whole little thought on that part of the conversation. So we'll just continue. That's a little taste of what's to come in the future.
You're getting excited.
I'm very excited.
All right.
I will be sure to make lots of wishes, then licks your lips.
Oh, thank you for rear talented tongue. Honest, where is your mom from? Also, what country is Adam moving to? I answered this. My mom Senegalese and Congolese. And Adam, I think he's already packed his last box, so he already is where he's gonna be. Thank you so much for the donation. Rear talented tongue.
I can't wait to get my hands on you. What are your 3 wishes? No, that's good. That's what a woman sounds like, right? Let us know in the comments if that's pretty good female voice.
I think that was a little too womanly, and that's good. We don't want Jordan coming on here and like masturbating to your voice.
Oh, women. Heavens.
Okay. Anyway. What are your 3 wishes? I'll have to think of something other than just topless pics. Yeah, like maybe she can carve his name in her flesh somewhere on her body, or get a tattoo that says property of Don Joran somewhere on her persons. Are you on anything where you can voice chat, Skype, or whatever?
Hey, I think you're forgetting something. What could that be? Having you kneel, head bowed, and hands together?
Like, how do you shoehorn genie trash in everything? She asked a question, like this fool asked her if she had anything that she could voice chat on, blah, blah, blah. And she had already asked him for a picture. She's, has already sent pictures to his zero. This fool then proceeds to say that he hasn't forgotten nothing, and proceeds to shoehorn another genie-ism into the conversation. It would be a talent if it wasn't so just horridly aroused to him. It would be a talent. How do you see genie trash in everything? How do you look out into the world and see just gold shoes and high ponytails and earrings just everywhere you turn?
I could do that, but I was thinking of something else. A little visual aid for me. Telling you, if anybody wants me to do some voiceover work, my name on your throbbing hard cock.
I am teasing you.
It's very, very serious. I bet that's how he delivered it too. I'm serious.
Say please and tell me you are my genie, and I will send you it.
Please, master, send me what I desire. I'm your genie, but this is my one wish. Oof. I don't really have anything to add to this, but it's building up to something really good. So, I think let's just keep rolling with it.
Wait, no. There's something incredibly... there's something incredibly obtuse about him having to explain that he's teasing her.
That's a good catch.
I mean, you shouldn't have to preface that in this conversation where you were having some, role-playing chat room action.
He should have put it in asterisk because now we don't know what he's talking about. That's why you got the asterisk to let people know that it's an action that you're doing as opposed to just some...
Yeah,
random...
It's not like he's like, I'm teasing you physically right now. The fucked up thing is that Mac and Cheese has already sent multiple pictures, and he was the one who started this whole tagging request thing. He wanted the message on her belly, and she clapped back with, well, why don't you put one on your dick? He still hasn't even followed up with that.
Exactly. Like, how do you start something and then not? It's just so short-sighted. Like, how do you ask somebody to write your name on them, but don't think that they're gonna have the same request? And I mean, I guess he wasn't thinking that she would have the same request because, I mean, she's a woman. How dare they have requests or whatever and ask me to tag their name on something of mine? But just a common sense person would have thought of that, but maybe it's just because I'm not consumed with genies and I have both of my canines that I'm able to grasp that if I ask something of somebody, they also can ask it of me. And then this fool had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to like try to make her wait for that picture when she's already sent several.
He's a superstar. He ain't got to do shit. Does this chick have a YouTube channel with more subscribers than he does? Because otherwise, I don't think you can even technically describe her as a human being.
Oh, she's definitely not a person.
Yeah,
she doesn't even have a name. I mean, why would I bother asking her for a name,
Why would I wait a whole hour into a sexual conversation before I ask what her age is?
She's just another flavor of ice cream.
Because Jordan gets all kinds of ladies. All kinds. Oh my god, I've never read this line in the chat log before. I've never written anything on my cock before, so don't rush me! Exclamation point.
Oh, you skipped ahead.
I know I've skipped ahead. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Jarobot is going to punish us if we keep skipping.
Cattle prod us again.
I don't want to go back into the bottle.
I don't ever want to talk about the bottle. Someone send help. Call the police.
You were doing that line.
Please, master, send me what I desire. You know what? I like Mac and Cheese so much that I don't want to give them a silly voice. I want to give them a more sultry, sexy voice because I like them a lot.
Let's hear it, bro.
A whole lot. Please. Please, master. No, I can't do it. Please, master. I'm just going to read it normal now. Please, master, send me... Please, master, send me what I desire. I'm your genie, but this is my one wish.
Give me a few minutes. Then you can tell me how we can voice chat.
Hurry!
Okay, so what? Okay, instead of just saying give me a few minutes, I mean, how hard could it have been to write Mac and Cheese? I mean, like, I've never written anything like that on any of my bits. But he's saying, like, give me a minute. Like, why didn't you just wait until you could send the picture instead of saying, give me a minute? And then a big pen. Like, it would have been less painful to do it with an X-Acto knife. Like, a big pen, an ashy big pen. You know that pen barely had any ink in it. Like, in between writing the M and the C, he was scratching it on like a piece of scratch paper to make sure there was still ink in it. Why didn't he just give up? Just let it go. It's done. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, he could have done a fan sign, not on his body. Why didn't he just write it on a piece of paper and like put it? I mean, this is still terrible, but like write it on a piece of paper and like put it, or well, not a piece of paper, but like a Post-it and put it like next to his pen. Like, why did you have to write it on it? With a big pen? Like, that's verging on prison tattoo levels of like inking. You know that pen barely had any ink in it. If I recall correctly, like some of the M and the C like was missing some ink. Like it skipped because he wrote it with a big pen. Just struggling with his one towel in the bathroom.
Then I want to tell you my fantasy. There, that's a little bit better.
I've never written anything on my cock before.
Watch me.
Oh, sorry. So don't rush me. That'll be the harder part.
I think I know what the hardest part will be. Oh my god. Alright. There it is. It's all its glory. Obviously, it's going to be censored
Yes,
down on the
that's the
screen
word.
there.
Not for the faint of heart, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, and whoop, there it is. Enjoy the blurry. What is that supposed to? It's not a blurry photograph.
Perhaps he means that the writing on his dick is blurry.
Oh,
Bury me loose. Just bury me loose. Anyway, like, why would you caption the picture that you said? Enjoy the blurry. If you know it's blurry, why are you sending it? Why did you send it? You see the picture before you press send. If you know it was blurry, why did you press send? I'm so confused.
the writing on his dick is blurry. Oh, alright, so check it out. Mac, I'm very excited. Mac and Cheese commented and backed up my theory that Joran cannot perform sexually without genie play involved. What they were using to back up their argument, which is what I believe, is in this first picture here, he is soft. He is not erect, no matter what they've been talking, already.
And he already has pictures that he could look at if he did need further visual aid. I guess you have no response. I can't even blame you. LOL. Jerked up so much today, I can't even get hard now.
I think I'm entitled blue.
If you ever send a picture and have to follow it up with, guess you have no response. You knew that picture was trash before you sent it. Why put yourself through this? This part of the saga always confuses me so, because it's like you didn't have to send the picture. If you knew it was a subpar picture, take another one, or like just tell her like I'll do it later, I promise, like, I'm busy right now, and play like you're busy. But to follow up radio silence with no response, I can't even blame you. Like, do you know you said some BS? You know you sent some BS. So then why send it in the first place? You can see it. You can look at it before you press send. I'm so confused.
And I think that I deserve it now. I'm not going to believe in your God or any nonsense. I'm not going to believe in Satan either. I just want it here right now, right now, right now, right now, right now.
Capitalizing now is a...
He loves to capitalize shit, though. He likes to exaggerate.
Straight up, he writes like I do, and it's weird. But I don't understand what he's emphasizing with his capitalizations. And like I can't even get hard... Now, is he saying now as in exclamation point because I'm talking to a female as opposed to just beating off earlier?
It could be a, oh, why is it always me type thing, you know, where he's like, oh, now it happens.
Of course I have a response. I had a small work emergency. Horrible timing. I like the addition of the word small in there right after a penis photo has been sent. That's a nice subliminal shot, whether intentional or unintentional. But damn, that's also really ambiguous because that could be like, damn, you got a fucked up dick, homie.
And mac and cheese is so strong, and just her perseverance and commitment, because I don't know if I would have been able to comment on that. Have you seen it? It looks like a mollusk of some sort. I don't even know what I could have said. I would have needed somebody else to craft a statement for me. Like, I would need PR for this, because I don't know what I would have responded had I gotten that either. I honestly, my phone would have to be factory reset. I'd have to get a new phone. I don't know.
Alright, and there's your...
Everything okay?
The most alpha thing to say. Well, actually, is he saying is everything okay about work, or is he saying everything is everything okay about his penis photo?
It works for both.
It works for both, doesn't it? And hold on. Then process 7. Boom. That's when the first boob pic pops up that has Jordan's name on the chest.
Is this truly chronological? Is this the next one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
You're awesome, kissy face. Sorry the pic was lame. LOL, night.
Good morning. I don't think the picture was lame. I'll make you a deal. And then boom, it's got the
tan line booby pic.
Yeah, the tan line booby pic.
The tan line that didn't exist in the other pictures.
That did not exist in the belly photograph, as far as I know.
And furthermore, these signatures on the body, they don't look like they're actually written on the skin. It looks like something that's been shopped on there or carefully written to imply the change in the topography in the body, but because there's something about how flat the color is.
Colors are very flat.
They would change, and there might be small, tiny little reflections off of where like the ink would be on the body.
You know, Jordan wasn't paying attention to all that.
To the
he
letters
just saw breasts.
to imply that they're on the skin, in my opinion.
Breeds.
I could be wrong though.
I admit that the signature, or the fan sign, or the branding,
the tagging,
it looked a little strange. I'm not sure because, I mean, it's very possible that somebody was willing to take one for the team.
CNJW, yes, that one was a solicited Richard pick. Yes, that was. Yes. it was solicited. It was requested.
But it does look a little strange. It could be a Photoshop, and it's not outside of the realm of reason that it might be a Photoshop.
Joran, throughout this chat, from what we know, what goes on in the background, he's constantly doubting and then finding confirmation in mac and cheese, and it's like he's very suspicious, and then he'll get very paranoid, and he doesn't want to be forthcoming or share, and it comes off as demanding. Like he can't figure out any clever way to reciprocate anything this person has shared, or treat them like a human being. Even like if you treated them like a human being and said, hey, I want to get to know you better before I share that kind of stuff with you, and can figure out different ways other than I need to get you on a voice chat.
There's nothing outside of a sexual exchange here. It's not. There's no attraction from Joran to mac and cheese. Well, there's no attraction from mac and cheese to Joran either. But there's no attraction in the sense that Joran doesn't know anything about this person. He hasn't bothered to try to learn anything about this person. The focus of the conversation has been entirely on Skype chats and sexy pics and, anything to get him off, basically.
He's concerned about the identity of this person as a troll, but he does nothing to actually validate them as a human being, which I find really hypocritical.
That was some fucking 411.
And yes, I concur with adult girl. Like once again, this had to have an actual, normal, critically thinking adult would know that something was off with this conversation. Like you started, like even if you did start off with like a nude, which was bold of mac and cheese, like he did nothing to ask her questions about herself, like just nothing to ask her questions about herself, her interests, not even her freaking name. You could have at the very least asked her name. And this is kind of like where you see his true genification of women that he's attracted to. Like they serve no other purpose but to acquiesce to his request, but to follow his command. They serve no other purpose. And then when he's not talking to them, not interacting with them, they're essentially just hanging on a hook, waiting for him to interact with them. Like that's how this conversation comes off. And that might be, I'm leaning towards like how he thinks about women, like period. And maybe the reason why he has problems with women is when they don't genify themselves or squish themselves into the mold that he wants them to. Like it's not palatable. If they have anything that he doesn't, if they don't agree with him, if they don't, follow his little stupid passive aggressive hints or suggestions, like they're just out. And that's probably why he doesn't date much, because average woman, especially one, that's like over the age of 19, is going to have experiences, is going to have opinions about things, is going to say like the things like, nah, I don't want to do that, no, I'm good. They're going to have opposing views and things like that. They're going to have wants and needs themselves. And so that's probably why he doesn't date often, because a lot of women don't fit into that genification that he's trying to put off onto them.
Being dropped for real.
This point of the chat, we see that the catfish has set out some bait on a hook, and that they're really trying to get him to follow up.
Do you think it's more about building additional trust, because all they're asking for is another penis picture, perhaps hinting at maybe this one should be erect by saying hard as a rock, throbbing, pre-coming, because the first one was just a straight up, that was just a piss hose. He wasn't going to be doing anything with that.
What this is not only is it bait as in I will send you another titty pic, it's also challenging him to like, I want to see something that will excite me, or that will be
stimulating.
Yeah, they want something much more stimulating. So they're implying that, you know, there's disappointment with that first image, which he has already admitted so himself. So this is
He admitted before they even said anything.
Oh yeah.
Like, he was just like,
why would you send that if you knew that, dude?
Yeah, you could see the dick picture. You sent it, and then you immediately apologize for it. That is the most alpha thing I've ever seen before. That's fucking hashtag just alpha shit. Sending a dick pic that a girl asks you for. A girl has requested a dick pic from you. You send it to her, and then you apologize for it. That's great. Okay, so anyway, yeah, she's, good morning. Didn't think the picture was lame. It was just not what I was expecting. I'll make you a deal. I will send you the uncensored pic if you send me a picture. Hard as a rock, throbbing, pre-coming, ready to stir my mac and cheese. Also, felt tip is easier than ballpoint. That's another, okay, there's a couple of red flags there. I love stirring the mac and cheese as a sexual euphemism now, and I'm gonna add that into my own vocabulary. I would be curious how a female knows that a felt tip works better writing on your dick than a ballpoint.
I think they just meant in general writing over skin, because, you know, ballpoints are really hard and uncomfortable, and you probably don't want to scrape your dick with the
Do you
end
think that's
of
what
a
he was
pen.
doing? Do you think he was like scratching it on his dick?
I mean, I don't really want to look that closely at it. I have no interest to. A lot of the Jordan's tiny pee-pee dump is some nightmare fuel.
Yeah, we'll
Very
do some
much so.
CSI analysis on the photograph to see if it is ballpoint pen that he used on his blunt dick.
I'm gonna trust mac and cheese on this one.
I think
don't
we
think
should.
mac and cheese will steer us wrong here. You know, a felt tip pen also is not going to like be as affected by the oils on your body as like a ballpoint pen would be, because it clogs up very quickly, and trying to write on human skin with a ballpoint isn't always the easiest, depending on what kind of pen it is. And my God, that must have been like more than a little painful for him, and having a soft one.
Like, and hello, Fantastic Planet and Sloth Cat. Thank you guys for coming. I wonder if he took it, like if he was a little sassafras when Mac and Cheese gave him that you know, that aside about, by the way, you know, felt tip it works better than ballpoint. And also, like Mac and Cheese saying the pic wasn't lame, it just was not what I was expecting. Like, if I sent a picture and somebody told me that the picture wasn't lame, it just wasn't what they were expecting, I still would go and play in traffic. Like, I would go jump off of a Walmart. Like, I wouldn't be able to go on. That would be the end of the conversation. We would never talk again. And so just, I don't know. Like, I wonder if he felt a way about these things that Mac and Cheese was saying.
I'm trying to imagine what that would feel like. I've never written on my own penis before, but
it's like
I'm trying to imagine what it would feel like to take a ballpoint pen to it, and no matter what state it's in, that would hurt. That would not be pleasurable. So that's just sound advice that Mac and Cheese is giving there. Like, and I also appreciate that this shows heart. Like, they care. Like, don't cut your dick up, dude. Like, you can use a felt tip. It'll be easier on your penis. That's a compassionate human being.
That was actually a very compassionate thing to say there, but I think it's a kind of funny thing to say as well, because it implies that he has no idea what he's doing with body tagging, despite requesting her to do it first, and she is giving him advice, so it makes her
Oh, it switches
higher
the power
and-
dynamic.
Yes, if she's the one.
Okay, first of all, you're weird. Like, I speak like an old Southern woman because my grandma is an old Southern woman. So excuse me for putting those terms to use. And no, I don't want rock candy. You know I ain't got no teeth. I would prefer some Werther's Originals, the chewy kind. Once again, not the hard candy. They play havoc with my dentures. Thank you very much, Ilric.
Telling him how to do it and what's the best way to, because he doesn't want to be the student. He wants to be the teacher, unless he's talking to Wes.
Yeah, unless he's talking to Wes. Absolutely. Obi-Wan Wes. So then we go down to processed 7. And that's where the conversation picks back up again. We have Joran. Would you like to read Don Joran's part?
Sounds like a good deal. I'll get to it after I finish these new videos. E.T. Dubs. I was extremely turned on by you calling me master on my video. I'm gonna wish up some pics of you looking like dressed as a genie. Or perhaps a video devil face.
Angry devil face again.
After that subpar piece of garbage picture that he sent Mac and Cheese, he opens his snaggletooth mouth and speaks through those missing canine teeth and requests more pictures, and now with more effort, dressed up as a genie. So now she gotta go and purchase or rent a genie costume for this. She's in the hole. She's invested in this. And you sent on your peen. It hardly seems like an even trade.
He doesn't do the smiley devil face, I guess.
He's a very serious master.
He is a very, very serious master.
We'll see. The videos are coming together. I think you need to call me master, though. Asterisk caresses your breast lightly with his strong hands.
Oh, strong hands.
Oh, dog.
These are lovely.
This is not the pic I'm sending you, but it's a teaser till I get time.
It looks
bitch,
like he's...
you got time to take your pants off to take this and your shoes and your socks? God.
Maybe he's like Lorne. He just walks around naked all the time. You can see
sweaty balls just imprinted into his computer.
Yeah. It's the imprint of a nutsack.
Yeah, there's just gray pubic hairs all over his workspace. You can find him inside of his keyboard.
Oh, Jesus. Something about this photograph here. There does appear to be a string of pre-cum. What he calls pre-cum. It kind of looks like he's just pissing on his floor.
Where does he say that's pre-cum? I'm not seeing it.
Look at the next screenshot.
It's like his dick is hawking a loogie and just hanging it there.
Is it stuck to his leg? Is that what I'm seeing? Is it like a little spider's web that's going down to his calf?
Fucking spiders.
For these fucking spiders. We gotta get these fucking spiders out of our lives. 8 legs.
8 legs, get it?
And I forget if she asked him to send a picture of his little scrawny chicken legs, but like why the Captain Morgan pose? He stinks at taking pictures. Like, there's no way. There's just no way. There's no way. Why would you do that?
Get it? 8 legs. octopus, spiders.
Do you get it? Because the spiders eat the flies.
Pick is coming. I suck at taking these. Live video is better. LOL. We'll see if you kneel before me and kiss it.
No. A string of cum hanging from my dick.
Ugh.
I looked at your pictures and got a little excited.
Ew.
Just wow.
Just wow. Oh my lord. Has she already...
Well, she says, wow, I'd love to be slapped in the face by you with it.
And then, what is that, about 6 minutes later, don't jerk off too much. I want you throbbing hard and dripping for my picture, master. And get ready for your close-up, Jordan.
I find it really funny that Jordan has modeled this picture with one knee bent and lifted. It's like a miniature Captain Morgan pose. But from POV.
Captain Jordan. This has to be next because it's 5:21 p.m. Pick is coming. I suck at taking these. Live video is better. LOL. We'll see you kneel before me and kiss it. Or if you get back in the bottle and disappear. Yeah, I read that right. It just doesn't make any sense. Who knows what will happen? Winky face. And then here is his second attempt. And I don't know what he's written on his hand.
It's mac and cheese.
Oh, I was
That's
thinking.
an abbreviation.
Okay, I was thinking. Oh, I see. I thought it's the M above the C. I thought it was like something. I thought he was trying to. He didn't have enough room on his dick to write.
No, he did it on both for good measure. And that looks like some Neapolitan ice cream right there.
You're talking about the colors of his cock.
Oh, that was really crass.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, you know, that's how Jordan gets all kinds of ladies. He's got a little bit of everything.
Oh, well, yeah.
A little taste of everything. All right, so balls in your court, Genie. Quite literally, he's sent his balls.
It looks like there is a little tiny reflection of pubic hair just sitting on the top of his penis. In this picture too. Can you see a little tiny strand at the very top? It's like glinting. Not that picture. The next one, or yeah, click forward. Oh, maybe not.
Backwards.
Backwards. Yeah.
The fact that I remember these pictures is adding a new layer of yuck to this, because I remember these. Oh gosh. And yes, Ilrig, he asked her age after they had been talking sexually, and he got the nude and everything and blah blah blah. They exchanged ages. He was 48 and she was 28.
That one. Do you see a little...
Do you see Mrs. Leeds transformed? Do you see Jordan's penis transformed? Do you see...
From my feminine perspective, that's a possibility that can happen.
Watch out, guys. If you're sending ladies photos of your pecker, you better make sure there's no pubic hairs. Yeah, no stray hairs. Use a lint roller on it. They'll find out. Okay, now it jumped again, so we got to go back up because this is where the next one is where he shows his O face.
She's like, oh, it's so tiny and cute.
Oh, that's one of my favorite lines in the whole fucking chat log. It's so tiny and cute. And how do you keep talking to a woman after that point? It's like, okay.
It's because she followed it up immediately with bare titties. That's what she does. Remember?
oh, wow.
She'll say like, "Oh, so cute." She'll do something that's.
Oh, I didn't even get to talk about that as much as I wanted to, because now we got to go back up to this picture, right?
Like I said, everything kind of gets a little cut off depending on where you are.
Yeah, because now I want to see your O face, baby.
Yeah, he's like, very nice, and he can't respond to her little read there.
Oh man,
she's throwing him some shade, and he can't because boobies.
Because boobies. Oh, she's got my name on her boobies. I'm gonna save this.
I'm terrible. What are you?
Tiny and cute. I just mac and cheese, man. Mac and cheese. Like, she did what needed to be done. Tiny and cute. You know, that's probably why none of the other catfish got pictures of his peen either, because mac and cheese let him know that it was quote unquote tiny and cute.
On for video, Skype. There you are.
Oh, and announces that she went shopping for an outfit master. All right, now here's the setup for one of the greatest photographs in human history. If you want to see it, I want to see your O face.
And then this next portion of the chat log, he's still negotiating. You know, he's determined to be like, oh, you're not getting anything, you know, until this. But he's still very curious about what she bought and what it could potentially be.
Yeah, I think he's got an idea. I mean, I think that you could sort of gather what it is from the conversation, but he wants to hear her say it. Yes, very. I dream a genie. What would you wear for shoes? I'd have you in high ponytail and big hoop earrings. I like that they asked what he would wear in return. Nothing. I wouldn't wear a genie costume.
How insulting.
That is extreme.
And then yeah, like she went through the trouble of putting on a genie costume, and instead of saying thank you or whatever, this fool immediately goes to thinking about what's gonna be on her feet and what style her hair is gonna be in her jewelry. Like, he didn't even say thank you. She ran out and invested in a freaking genie costume to feed his little fetish, and all he had to worry about was the accessories. Trash.
Extremely insulting, because it's like saying
it is beneath him to represent himself as a genie.
Yeah, despite that being what he wants her to do, and the way in which he says it with the laugh emoji, the big laugh emoji behind it, is almost like as though she had asked him to wear a clown costume.
Right.
Like, I would never. He could have even said here that he's just not going to wear anything, but he has to add that he's not going to wear the genie costume.
Yeah, he could have just said nothing because I'd rather be naked.
Yeah, I want to be naked with you while you have your genie costume on.
Yeah, just like one.
I want to be naked. He. Oh my god, you're so funny. Yes, you belong to a funny master now. Tickles. Okay, so here's the next mention of P in the chat log, and I don't want to be too presumptuous here, but Mac and Cheese, I think I know exactly what you were doing. I think that you were trying to bait out and see if Jordan had a piss fetish.
Beta Cuck has got your number.
Yeah, I know what's going on here, and I think it's brilliant. And it's unfortunate that it didn't pan out like that, but we did get golden shoes instead of golden showers, so golden high heels. Let's not have that, LOL. Do you wear flats or heels?
I wear flats all day, which is boring. So when I want to have fun, I put on heels.
Good. I'd have you in heels. Ready for a voice chat?
Not yet. I'm having too much fun teasing you. I want to give you a reason to spank me.
Is that how it is?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you become mine, you concern yourself with pleasing me. Hold on, that needs to be read as Jorn the Barbarian.
Yeah.
When you become mine, shit. When you become mine, you concern yourself with pleasing me at all times, not teasing me.
Not teasing me.
Not teasing me. Turns you over his lap. I'm a naughty genie.
God, she got real hood there.
Yeah.
I'm a naughty
A naughty genie. That's some dirty South shit right there.
Yeah.
You need to be taught how to obey. Spank, all caps. You know he's serious now.
I'm sorry. As someone who's an adult, I just don't know if I'd be able to take another adult seriously if they're doing like the little role-playing asterisk little things talking to me. This man was almost half a century old doing this role-playing garbage with someone he knew darn well he wasn't gonna meet.
I want to give you a reason to show me your O-face, master. So do it. Gets a paddle and spanks you harder. Oh, spank me harder, master. Do you promise to show me how sexy you are when you shoot a hot fucking load?
That's so absurd.
I'm getting changed into my outfit. Give me a minute, master. You'll see. Spank, spank. That's another one of my favorite lines in this. Just the spank, spank in all caps. And we have... Oh, a real genie costume. I looked for a magic lamp vibrator / dildo, but they didn't have anything like that.
That sounds like a silly thing to say. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah, a magic lamp vibrator / dildo. I'm gonna Google that after we finish recording tonight and see if... Alright, and we're...
What's up, Wes? You are late. But it's cool. Yeah, we're just doing the mac and cheese chat log at the moment. I was gonna do one of the apology calls, but it's not date accurate. The apology calls come later. It come later on this week. So I might do those later on.
Back with part 6 of the Jorn Comedy Chat Log. I'm Beta Cuck, nameless Beta Cuck, and I'm joined, as always, with Adult Girl.
Good evening, everyone. Looking forward to deep diving the Jorn's tiny peepee dump.
On to the next one here. Oh, a real genie costume.
It's the only one they had at the local sex shop. I looked for a magic lamp vibrator dildo, but they didn't have anything like
the local sex shop, like the local school. The local school.
Like that.
I was supposed to look that up. No. It's just coming up with some strap-ons. Oh, it's almost exclusively
Wait, go down a little
prostate stimulation.
What the heck is that on
Hold
the
on,
right-hand side?
I see something.
What is
no,
that?
This is 3 Wish. It's like a sex board game.
Oh. Which I bet he owns.
Oh, look at this. I know that we're going way off subject here, but horny Princess Jasmine sucks Genie's big blue cock. I'm going to save that so we can put it in the video. I'll have to... I mean, that's not a real penis. I don't have to censor that, do I?
No.
Oh,
all right. We got to get back on topic here.
Yeah, we got way off topic there. So, I look for a genie lamp vibrator. Yeah, that's where we left off in the last video. It's perfect. You have pleased your master.
Is master happy? Oh, good. I got an O, but no face. Frowns. Maybe that will make Master want to do something for his little genie.
Alright. Yes, show me your pretty face. I think he misinterpreted her again asking for his O face as she's going.
Nah, what's that happened to that's today? That was today? That was today. Oh Lord. Well, it's good that I'm streaming. You know, it was on my heart to stream today, and I guess that's why, coincidentally.
To show him her face.
Or perhaps he's trying to upend her expectation and imply that he wants to see her face.
Hold on.
Wait.
This is funny.
What?
How did you showing me your O face turn into me showing mine?
Oh, she calls him out.
Yeah, immediately.
Okay,
She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Jordan responds, I'm out doing errands right now.
That is no excuse,
That's
sir.
None whatsoever.
I wonder if the errand that Jordan was running was like him buying the chicken for the pot pie that he made using TCAP recipes recipe. You know, since everything is all intermingled and strung together.
What is the time difference here? Okay, so we got, yes, show me your pretty face at 9:03 p.m. We got a response 1 minute later at 9:04 from Mac and Cheese. And then 3 minutes later at 9:07, he responds that he's out doing errands.
Smooth. Okay, I can wait.
My face is behind a mask. Now, I like to believe that this wasn't Jordan simply referring to a Rona mask that he is wearing to go out and grocery shop, but instead an existential and poetically cryptic statement.
That's how I interpreted it too, actually. I did not think of it as he's wearing his protective face mask. I thought he meant that the mask upon him, and it makes him more mysterious. Or I'm sorry, I'm butt fucking that line there.
He's got incredible mystique.
Yes.
My true face is behind a mask.
Yeah, I thought he was just trying to be like, you know, creepy and poetic and cryptic, because it makes him way more interesting if he presents himself as like a tortured prince.
A tortured, sensitive artist.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, Mac and Cheese is just like straight up, we'll talk later. I don't give a fuck about your stupid face being behind a mask.
It's like,
get back to me when you're ready to ball like a real G.
The only errands that Jordan is running are the ones where he's running from his inbox with Wes back to the chat over here with Mac and Cheese.
So Mac and Cheese then follows up with, we'll talk later. Enjoy your costume.
There's something that sounds really cold about that, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, what? We'll talk later? It's almost like, yeah, we'll talk about that fucking thing you said, where you want a picture of my face and you're not even acknowledging the fact that I've repeatedly asked you for a photograph of yours. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk later, Jordan. Maybe see me after class, Jordan. Enjoy your costume. I'll rub you for 3 wishes. Alright, now here's his stupid half-hearted attempt. Let's see how long that took. That was, the original messages were at 9:08 p.m. Then he comes back at 10:33 p.m. with what I at first legitimately thought was a photograph of David Cross doing stand-up comedy. I don't mean to insult David Cross in such a way. I really am a big fan of Mr. Show. And I'm sure that Jordan is not unfamiliar with this. He likely believes himself to be David Cross's long-lost brother. They're both comedians and bald, after all. He's like a bargain bin David Cross, if anything.
And he's so insanely jealous of him, I bet, too. He doesn't even want to talk about it. Unless, like, somebody else can say whether or not he might have mentioned it in the past. But I think that he's gotten the comparison so many times, obviously, doing his, like, you know, comedy stuff.
Well, he might find that flattering, though.
I think that he would be jealous because he doesn't want somebody more successful being compared to him. Because in the process, he loses value in his own self-image.
You know, that's a pretty good point, actually.
And he has an insane amount of jealousy, obviously, towards Klaba, as we can see in his weird
fucking roast video.
Yeah.
That shit that, oh my god.
That's terrifying. He sounds so angry.
There is legitimate anger in that man's eyes during the paper bag snatching. And I feel like Jordan probably does have a lot of anger bottled up in him, not to use a genie pun there. Not that he would harm anyone in a physical sense where there's anger involved. I don't know that he is capable of such, but he is definitely an angry man who hides it behind a face painted like a clown.
He's just like the Joker.
Well, now I got these scars. Well, I'm the Joker, baby.
Yeah, he had so much salt for Clobber and for, you know, the Lorne identity. He really did not like them. And then to Clobber, like, he just wanted to be his friend, I guess for community clout. But I think deep down inside he really was jealous of Clobber and did not like him.
Why did he post this saying that this is his O-face? Because it's clearly not.
I know exactly why.
Please tell.
Because performing for Joran is like sex.
It's like an orgasm.
Exactly. Ugh. It's so powerful to be on stage and to make people laugh and to...
I bet his dick is hard the whole time. On a serious note, why did he say that this is his O-face? Is it because he thinks he's so impassioned here?
That's exactly what it is. No, I honestly, I think it's because Jorn is a sensitive artist and performing is the next best thing to sex.
Well, I disagree.
Okay.
I don't think he looks like David Cross. I think that he's just trying to skirt around by saying, like, oh, this is a sexy picture of me. This should suffice.
Well, I do think it's that as well.
Yeah, well, it's like he said it like he said it several times, but then it was really pronounced too in the Kennedy stream where he was like, yeah, so, you know, tune into Lorne Identity or whatever after this, and he was like, he's gonna be playing calls, but his is different because he plays vaporwave music in the background, which is really cool. So yeah. And then his statement, like, some people do calls, some people do it very well, which implies that, like, there's a lot that don't do it well, which is cool, I mean, I guess, but, like, I think people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. If that statement came out after his Lorne to English translation or the crucifixion video came out, he has some nerve.
I think this was a two-pronged attack on Jorn's part. I think that it served two purposes. He could get a quick cop out. He probably has that saved on his phone, which is really sad to think that he's got these photos of him performing on stage so that he can share them with, you know, those unfortunate enough to be caught in his conversation.
Shit. What I was gonna say.
I love fucking... Oh my god, Mac and Cheese's comment. Are you coming in that pic? I want your orgasm face, not just your cute, sexy on-stage face. It's a goddamn cute, sexy on-stage face. I don't know if there was a dry set of panties in that whole open mic.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I bet this is the picture that Lauren likes, that Jordan likes the most of himself. I think that he's most proud of how he's depicted in this, and
Yes.
this is the closest that we see
Of how Jordan sees himself.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm so sorry to cut it randomly short, but we are smack dab in the middle of the chat log. But I am going to lay it down. I have to be up at like 4 a.m. So I'm going to lay my burdens down. But thank you for coming to my first stream back in like literally a year. The last time I streamed was Jorruly last year. So I really appreciate everybody coming and participating in the chat. Even though Ill Rig did call me geriatric, it's fine. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. And I don't know when I'm gonna stream again. I don't know. Hopefully soon. Like, it's Jorruly, so you might be hearing more from me than you normally would. And I maybe just need to get back into the swing of things streaming wise. But yeah, but thank you guys for coming. And yeah, I will see you